I was just wanting to get to her. I wasn't necessarily panicked. It hadn't really set into what had happened.
Her daughter stabbed. All this mom could think about was getting to her. Other frantic parents doing the same when they were alerted about a stabbing at Polo Park Middle School. The accused attacker, an 8th grade boy.
While she is physically okay, the 14-year-old victim is still pretty shaken up.
Live team coverage tonight from the victim's mom and the school's response following today's stabbing near the cafeteria. We'll update you on what's developed this afternoon. The accused attacker, again an 8th grade boy, will be in juvenile court tomorrow. Students allowed to go home early if they chose to do so. The 14-year-old victim was treated and released from the hospital with minor injuries. News Channel 5's Brian Nenton, the only reporter to speak to the victim's mom. Brian, talk more about how she's doing tonight.
Michael, just for a moment, take a second to think about what this mom went through. She gets a call from the school principal telling her that her daughter has been stabbed and that she's on her way to the hospital. The mom races over here to the school and watches as Trauma Hawk takes her little girl away. Tonight, that mom is so relieved learning that her daughter is going to be okay, stabbed in the upper back and already released from St. Mary's with staples closing up her wound near the back on her shoulder. Witnesses say a school police officer tackled the suspect and he's in custody right now. The victim's mom says she was relieved when she got on the phone with paramedics and they told her that the injury was not serious.
It's on her back, they picked it up in her shoulder. They said it was in a fatty tissue area, so even though it did go, it was a puncture and it did go in, they were able to put their finger into where the puncture was. I was just wanting to get to her. I wasn't necessarily panicked. It hadn't really set into what had happened.
That mom says she knows emotionally her daughter is going to deal with a lot and will have a hard time coming back to school. And coming up all new at 6 o'clock, you're going to hear that mother explain why she told her daughter to come to school today and go to school police about this classmate that stabbed her. You'll hear the reasoning behind that coming up at 6. For now, live in Wellington, Brian Enton, WPTV News Channel 5.